Right, all you garden lovers, all you lovely people that have come to see what I'm doing again. I mean, I only started this as a video diary for myself to look back on to see the progress, but people started watching it. But only 99 of you. Come on, don't leave me hanging. If you're watching for the first time, just hit that subscribe button and stroke my ego. I want to get to 100. Anyway, what we're doing, planting raspberries in the rain and trying to beat the yellow rain warning that's coming a bit later. So what have we got? We have got, here we go, got some Marshalls. They sent it to me, expertly delivered by Yodel, that put them in a safe place, and it's taken me 2 days to find them. So what we're going to do now is get them out the bag, chuck them in that there bucket of water while I try and sort out this ground, because as you know, raspberries should be put into nice soil that's had lots of manure on it. So we're going to stick them into bad soil that's waterlogged, that's had brambles growing in it. I mean, all this area here was all brambles, and we cleared that, and I've put a land drain in there just to try and get some of the water away. But there we are, that's where we are. Let's get them out of the bag, chuck them in the bucket, because I've got a bucket. Right, hopefully, what else is in there? Oh, just a bit of soil. Right, these are Autumn Bliss. Raspberries for the autumn. I thought they'll be nice and simple because you haven't got to worry about the pruning too much. When they're done, you just cut them back down to nothing. So that's easy to look after. So we'll stick them in there. Let them soak a bit because they've been out of water, oh, I don't know how long. Now, this trench, it's just clayey, horrible nastiness, and it's full of bramble roots. So with this amazing fork, take a look at that bad boy. You ain't bending that. 10 inches deep, gets in there, digs it all up. Fantastic. Right, so let's get, oh, this is, I shouldn't be doing this really, not in this weather. Get rid of that. I'm just going to get the roots out. You can see what I'm doing. It's not hard, is it? But this fork, something else. Really gets in, breaks up the pan. You wouldn't want to turn soil with it on your nice soft soil allotment because it's heavy. I think this is about 3.5 kilos, this thing. But there we go. Right, I'll go through and dig that out. You don't want to watch that, do you? And then my cunning plan is, because this is all rubbish, I was going to make a V with a shovel, like a trench right up through. I've had my soil compost bulk delivery. I'll show you that in a minute. 6 ton. Ha! Brilliant. I'll chuck some of that in the middle, get these put in, and that's it. Apparently they're quite hard to kill, so that's a bonus. Yeah, that's about it. I'll get on. Well, right, it's really starting to rain now, even though I'm thinking I ought to pack this in. I shouldn't be doing this, it's too wet. But those have been out the ground for I don't know how long. I know they're dormant, but hey ho. Anyway, my cunning plan now, dig this out, make a bit of a trench like that. I've got all the bramble roots out of it. Then I'm going to fill it full of soil compost mix, put them in, and get out the rain. Because I would pack it in, but I can only work on the garden weekends, and I've got a lot on. So there we go. That's that. I'll go and get some compost. Lovely. Right, let's try again. Yesterday was the rain just come down. It was biblical, but no one ever phoned me, so I figured we'd be all right. Yeah, it was just too wet. Anyway, what happened? Trenched in there, it started collecting water this end. So, I mean, this is super clayey. I mean, look at that. I mean, Patrick Swayze could put his arms around me and make a bloody pot with that, couldn't he? But what I've done, because I'm clever and I've thought ahead, is I've dug a trench down through, and what I've done is linked it into my land drain that I put in, forward thinking about the weather. If you can just see that gravel there, poke down through, that's pea gravel, and under that is a perforated land drain that takes it away. So what I might have to do is put some more pea gravel in this trench, and that'll stop any water collecting in the bottom of this trench, like that. So now I'm going to put some, I'll stick it on a tripod, I'll stick some well-rotted manure in the back of that, in the bottom of that even, and then put some soil and compost and put these raspberry canes in. Right, slight change of plan. I was thinking to myself, well, thatched houses wick water, don't they? So I thought, if I put a layer of straw in first, then I'll stick me well-rotted manure on top of that, just a thin layer. And then I'm going to put the compost on top of that, about 2 or 3 inches. Then I'm going to put the plant in, and I'm going to build the plant up, or build the sides up with the soil compost mix, so they'll be out the ground a bit. That's a good idea, isn't it? Right, let's get on with that. Squelch, squelch, squelchity squelch. We all love the water, but the sun's shining. We got worms. If this works, it'll be a miracle. But hey ho, mustn't grumble. I think the theory's good. Oh, this is never right, is it? But hey ho. Right, that's got that in. I'll chuck the rest of that on a raised bed, and then go and get some soil compost mix. Yay! Right, stick my compost in along the bottom. Soil compost mix from my green waste recycling company. £30 a tonne. So 3p a litre of compost. Much better money wise than buying it in bags. Buying it in bags, it would have worked out about £100 a tonne, and that was the cheapest I could find. So I've got a lot to do. I've got to fill up my raised beds. I'm hopefully building a polytunnel. Well, I am building a polytunnel. But I've just had a tax rebate, so that means the funds for the polytunnel are coming along nicely. Of course, I'll do a full build set of videos on that, because everybody likes a build video, don't they? Right, that's one load. I'm going to put my plant in now and then build it up to it. Yeah, that'll be good. I'll cut a stick from your spacer a minute. Right, let's go do that. Woohoo! Right, what I've done, I've laid them out. I've got my stick. Look at that lovely stick. I do like a nice stick. 50 centimeters long. Spaced them out 50 centimeters, just laid them down for now. I don't know if you can see right at the top there. I've put the first two in. I've put two at each end, just in case if one fails in the middle, I can transplant that out. That's a good idea, isn't it? I thought so. Right, I'll get on and finish doing this. You don't need to see me do this, and then I'll come back and I'll show you me compost in a minute. That'll be good, won't it? And I'll show you a little project. I saw something on the internet. I thought it'd be quite fun to build something in willow, a living willow arch entrance to the garden. But I'll show you that in a bit. Right, so we are finished. I've put a wet straw mulch around them. You just see that one there behind the stick. I've cut it down 2 or 3 inches above ground level. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. All right, another one there. And that's the row. And just so you know how inappropriate this is, look at this. Hey. Oh, will it survive? Who knows? Still got to fill the bed with compost, but I've got nothing to go in there yet. I'm not doing it in this weather. I'm going to let it dry out. I'm not completely stupid, although you may think differently. Then over here we've got a big green space that hopefully will soon be a polytunnel. I've got the dimensions for the holes off first tunnels already. They've been brilliant, and they've sent me dimensions for that. So I'm going to mark out the base and get the holes dug out. So at least when it does get here, I keep saying when it does get here, the holes will be already there. Fencing, I haven't been able to do any more of that. I haven't been able to creosote the rails because it's just been too wet. So anyway, let's pop down and have a quick look at the compost. Actually, before we go and look at that, here's some willow. I saw it on Marketplace. I thought, and then I watched a video, didn't I? And that was fatal. Making a living willow arch fence thing for the entrance. And I thought, well, that would be a bit of a laugh, wouldn't it? And make things look nice, because you know, I want it to be nice here. I want it to be a pleasant place to come and work and tend to the vegetables and all like that. So that's the willow I got off Marketplace, but unfortunately there wasn't any there long enough for what I want, because what I want to do, let's pan back here, is between those two posts create a lovely willow arch there, with a bit of fence forward and back, put in a nice gateway, build a nice gate. I've got some oak 4x4s for the uprights. I've got to mill them down, and I'll show you that, because I don't know if you know, but we have got my boss has got a sawmill, and I've helped cut them down. So that's wood that we've milled ourselves. So that'll be nice. Right, now to the compost. Right, so here's our compost that was delivered from our local recycling centre. It's a compost soil mix. Looks pretty good to me. Certainly a lot better than the clay I've got here. I ordered 6 tons of it. So I've got that here covered over with a sheet. I got a few branches on top just to stop the sheet flapping. But I really can't fill the beds with it at the minute. It's just ridiculously wet. So there we go. What more can you say about compost? It's a big heap of compost. I think I've got enough. I've got the raised beds to fill, plus the raised beds in the polytunnel to do. So lots to do, lots for you to see in the future. So if you enjoy watching along, you could subscribe. It's free, you know. You get all this for nothing. All this entertainment and compost. Booty. Right on. Cheers and gone.